What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I desperately need to get a new computer before I smash this thing. I wanted to make this before 12 o'clock. Keep trying to get it in, just saddlebagging me left and right. But I appreciate you taking time on this beautiful afternoon. It's lunchtime, and I thought I could get something in here quick before this waiver wire period starts at 12 o'clock. So the Eagles, we talk about their cap space all the time. We talk about different moves, what they're going to do. So we cut all these people. All these numbers are moving around. So wanted to check today to get the salary cap. And we've got two different reports here. So this is the number I was going to go with, the 9,302,000. And, that was from the NFL Players Association. I always go out and do that. So just keep in mind, though, I just wanted to show that real quickly. I'm going to use two different sources. Let's not try to focus too much on the number itself because there's just so much going on right now with differing numbers, but I'll get all of that to you. But one thing I wanted to talk about was you have to have money for your practice squad players. And it looks like the Eagles are going to need around almost $7 million in cap space for those guys. So it looks like we could use a little bit more cap space, baby. So you guys know when there is a need for cap space, there's a need for me. So I'm going to come out and I'm going to show you how I feel about it. So the Eagles salary cap is what we're going to talk about, but I want to talk about how we can get more, whatever the hell that number is. So remember, I showed you what the NFL Players Association has us at, 9.3 mil. But when checking OTC to go through all of the other numbers, they have us at 3,126,631. So definitely a huge gap there, a big difference. So again, I want to discuss not the salary cap number itself because I'll get to the bottom of that. But I do want to talk about something we talked about months and months ago, how the Eagles could create cap space, how they were going to be able to add all of these free agents that we were talking about. We've added them and we've traded for some guys. So very excited about it. But I want to talk about the top three ways. Then I threw in a bonus rounder just in case you were wondering. So I want to talk about the top three ways the Eagles right now can create some more salary cap space. But I see some comments here. My man, Jock Doc in the building. What is going on, dude? I'm doing well. Hope you are doing well also. I'm rearing and gearing, baby. I'm ready for this season. You guys know I've been trying to get everybody pumped up for what was coming, and it's here, man. And I think you start finally seeing everybody else is jumping on board. So I'm doing really well. It's nice to finally see the positive things, we've been trying to show others that the Eagles were doing in Howie Roseman. I didn't understand the media. They get easily misguided. So it was a hilarious offseason to watch them get so torn. Now they're all the biggest fans. Howie indeed fleeced the Saints. And yes, again. So you love to see it, turning J.J. Arcega-Whiteside into Amadi, and then Amadi, the 7th for a 6th, and then that 6th to go get Gardner Johnson. Yeah, pretty excited about it. Not going to lie to you. So love to see it. But I want to talk about Howie and his magic. What else he can do here to create more cap space. So we talk about adding the practice squad, having money in case you want to make any other moves throughout the season. You want money to roll over next year. So let's get into it. Number one, last year, this young man actually restructured Jake Elliott. So his cap hit $5 million, and that's a decent cap hit. Not too crazy for a kicker, but still pretty high for a kicker. And you look at this, and obviously the pre-June 1st cuts and trades do not matter here, but this is the graphic from before. I was going to try to switch it up. Like I said, my computer, I'm ready to sweet chin music this thing into Narnia. So anyways, you see the bottom there. You're not going to cut him. That is not what I'm here to say. I'm not going to trade him. That is not what I'm here to say. But at the bottom, if you look at restructuring, you can save $2,223,750,000. Extend him, and you can save almost just as much, $750,000, almost less. Well, it looks like 150, whatever. So you see here that you can definitely restructure your kicker, and that is something we did last year. And I would not be against it this year because, again, you need to sign those guys on the practice squad and you need to pay them. So that is going to go against the salary cap. I don't know if people are aware of that, but I want to show you this video. My man in the building, John, hope you are doing well. Sorry to hear things weren't so well, but glad to see you here. And I hope you are doing all right, man. Hope you're on the mend. hate to see you. Look, I know how that stuff goes. So definitely all the good vibes, prayers I can send your way. Definitely doing that. Thank you for tuning in, my man. Hopefully this 5-minute video can get you through. What's going on, my man? Hope you are doing well. Also, dude, appreciate you taking the time going through here talking about how the Eagles can save some money. Now, we went through Jake Elliott, and now let's get on to the next. Isaac Seumalo, the right guard. I think this is one of the most underrated offensive linemen in the game. And, I'm not saying you need to do any of this because he's not a good player. I love the dude, but he's only got 1 year left. And I think that I would like to keep him around, see what the future holds. I like the depth, the young men we have, but you could extend him and save almost 3.7 mil there, and you could restructure it, save 3.4. So there are ways to create almost 3.5 million in cap space here by either restructuring or extending Isaac Seumalo. And that is something I think I would definitely be considerate of. Now, when you're thinking of these moves, I'm trying to keep in mind things that have happened before. I'm glad to hear it, man. I'm glad to hear, you're doing well. But if you ever need anything, you can always reach out to me, man. I appreciate you. But the Eagles here, they have a lot of moves that can be made, but they've also done this to a lot of players. So my bonus here, this is not part of the top 3, but this could happen. But the poor dude, I feel like every year they are trying to restructure him. So his agent is always getting that work. But love me some Lane Johnson. And they just did this wild ass deal last year where they added dummy years to it and all this crazy stuff. But per the numbers, you could create more cap space. Don't include him here. I just wanted to show that there is ways to create money with him, but I'm not going to do that. You've already done that. My number 1, though, this is one I've been talking about since last season. And then, of course, this all season, we talked about, Fletcher Cox being released. I thought he would be brought back because you're looking at the cap. You're always looking at the money. And you got to realize, the way we were moving things around for next year, Fletcher Cox will probably be gone. Milton Williams is the future, but Javon Hargrave, I feel, should be here too. So I've been talking about extending him for as long as I can remember. So I'm going to bring it back today. One last time. Let's go, baby. Let's extend Javon Hargrave. So, yeah, you're not restructuring here. He's got 1 year left. I want to see an extension. And by God, can you save some money there? So a $17.8 million cap hit. That is quite the cap hit. He is one of our best players. Love the guy, but I would also love to keep him around and watch Howie work his magic. So $9,572,000 is what you could save if you extend him. So how Howie rolls. And when we talked about trading for a big name wide receiver, talk about what you do is you give that player a guaranteed salary up front. That way you lessen the salary cap for whatever year you're trying to, and then you spread it out. And usually, that third year is going to be jacked up with A.J. Brown. Well, you could do something like that for Isaac Seumalo, Javon Hargrave or Seumalo. You can add those years in, and next year, not necessarily, you don't have the most cap space, but that year after, we are loaded. So, and again, a lot of things will change by then. Dead money, all kinds of stuff will come into effect. The practice squads, all that. And that's why I keep you up to date with this stuff so you know what is going on. But those are the ways that how we can get things done. And I think the Javon Hargrave extension is a must. Let's get it done this week, ladies and gentlemen. Well, not ladies and gentlemen, Howie Roseman. Get it done, my man. Have faith in you. Have had faith in you all year and the year before that, and caught a lot of hell for it. But you have you've gotten other people to really change their opinion on you. Love to see it. Happy to be able to not meet you, but see you again a few weeks ago and let you know. And cannot wait to be working with you one day. But keep doing your thing, man. And I cannot wait to see that Javon Hargrave extension this week. So that's all I've got for you today. But I will be back in a little bit. Want to check out this waiver wire here, see what's going on, everything. So appreciate you guys. What's up, Jimmy? I'm only here for your guidance. I appreciate you, Tim. No more regular. Hey, man. I let the other people whine. I'm here to educate. Yo, JP in the building. Nice to see you. Been a while, my man. Hope you are doing well. But yeah, I'm very excited about this roster, but there are still moves to be made. So that is what I wanted to step in and say here today. Plethora of players contracts up next season going to be signed, and I will keep you up to date with all of that. So very excited about this season. And like I said last season, we're building a contender. Just you have to look at the cap. You have to look at the picks. You have to look at the future. So if you're looking for any of those videos, they're out there, man. You can go check out my YouTube. Got plenty of the picks for the future, the draft cap space, all that stuff coming up. We're loaded, baby. So that's why I feel we are building a contender for the foreseeable future, a dynasty per se that could really contend for a while. And you just keep adding on to it, keep letting Howie work his magic. And I think we're all going to see some magical things here. But I'm going to head on out here. I'll be back a little bit later once I find out some of our waiver pickups, all that stuff. And yeah, all that great stuff. But if you need anything in between, then you can always reach out to me. Whether you talk about birds, life, whatever it is. Truly appreciate you. If you enjoyed this content, do me a favor, hit that like button. You can always subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell on, and join us live to talk some birds. But I appreciate you. Hope you're all having a great week, enjoying this hump day. But I'll be back later. Until then, I'm Jimmy Smith. This has been On the Road to Victory. Stay safe out there. And as always, go Birds!